How's it going, guys? It's been a while. Um, into this video, I wanna do my recap on my previous video that I promised about the 30 days of being delusional, and as well, yesterday was my birthday, and so I wanted to quickly recap my teenage decade with you guys and just share my honest thoughts about it. So let's start with a first topic. With those inserts with my thoughts and notes, as I promised. So the first point is that is very concerning and surprising how much negativity is feeding our brain. I've wrote every single point on my notebook so then I'll keep it all in one place. And yeah, just think about this. From the moment you're awake, from the moment that you wake up, you're exposed to some kind of information, to some kind of thoughts, and you may not be noticing it, but specifically I noticed because I even before I was noticing it somewhat in some way, but specifically when I was trying to be delusional. Actually, I have a point about this upcoming. So when I was trying to be delusional, I really noticed it that in those informations from early in the morning up until night, it's just a bunch of negativity. And I don't know if we're just wired this way or is it just because some certain events. I don't know, but I know for a fact that the amount of negativity that is in our brains, that is feeding our brain without even us noticing it, is a little disturbing and concerning. And the cause of that is mainly an autopilot. That's just how it is. We've been used to the autopilot since our day one on this planet. So we learned to trust it, our autopilot, and just let autopilot run us throughout the day and just don't really think about it. Just don't question it. Just let it be the way that is. And so, yeah, I saw recently on X like a one guy that was questioning our procrastinationness, and he found out that if we would just frame our thoughts, based on the outcomes rather than the effort that is necessary to do it. So basically, as you can tell, every time when we're thinking about doing something, we're thinking in terms of the effort. And always, in most cases, thinking like this will not lead us to even start the thing, or even though we started, we're not gonna enjoy it that much, or we're not gonna be focused as much, committed as much. Whereas if we would think of it in terms of outcomes, because remember, every time the effort is just, oh, I'm gonna be so drained out of energy, it's just too much work. It always reminds us of the negativity, whereas the outcome of it, in most cases, it reminds us of the positivity. And so, for example, I'm gonna learn something new. I'm gonna make my dog happy. I'm gonna the house will be clean, you know. And so thinking of the terms of in the terms of outcome, it does really shapes your way of thinking exponentially. So yeah, so just keeping this in mind, the amount of negativity, and let that sink in, and just start to noticing. So that was the first thing. The second thing, finding a career path is way easier than people think. Let me explain. So I realized that people are overcomplicating this stuff. Seriously, a lot. They're thinking that finding their career path or just it's something luxury, right? And so it's not actually that hard. Meaning, think or ask yourself this question: what type of activity that you enjoy doing that makes you forget about the time, forget about the others, just, or what was the last time you really felt like zoned in, you know? What was the last time that you just felt like no one, like nothing around you is relevant? It's just yourself and the task that you're pursuing. And if you're gonna make a list of it, right, just do a list, because there's most of the times there's not only just the one thing, it's a list. So do a list, and then from that list eliminate until you're gonna get the one final result, or maybe a couple of results. The more the better, actually, because this can lead to more sources of income and stuff like that. So yeah. Alright, so that was the second thing. The third thing, independent thinking is the most powerful asset, and you should do everything in your power to avoid suppressing or numbing it. I mean, I am referring here mostly on the phone usage and just an excessive information from the TVs or whatnot. It doesn't serve you well. Like an excessive access to information, to data, it just clutters your mind with BS. And what happened? It just stopped. Just it just clutters your mind with BS, and so just try to think independently. That's actually a very very good and nice feeling. Where pick a certain like time period, time window that you're gonna spend it on independent thinking. People claim independent thinking as something scary, but I'm not sure about it. Why would it be scary? It's just your mind. You can control it. If you cannot control it, I don't know what to tell you. But just this independent thinking, it just lets your mind flow and release with no like effort, without forcing the information. Just lets it out smoothly, and it just makes you rethink, maybe stop for a second, rewind something, and it's good from time to time to think independently, to leave that space for yourself. It's very important and just good in general. Okay, the fourth thing. That is just an honest point that I made. Basically, 30 days is just not enough to reprogram a garbage from almost 20 years. It takes way more than that. As I said on the first point, I tried to commit to it as hard as I could. But even though my commitments were there, the habits, the old habits, the old behaviors made it difficult. And it's just an entire very long process, very daunting process. It's one challenge will not fix your state of mind completely. This is very long process. Very long process. Takes way more than that. It's much longer. This is complex. It takes every single day, more than 30 days definitely, of just constant just effort to change and wanting to change for the better. The 30 days is just like an introduction, it's like an appetizer. It was just getting to know all the confines of human potential, of human brain potential. It was just an appetizer. Next thing. Us as humans will not change unless we're exposed to the pain first, or until something bad happens. That's just how it is in most cases, unfortunately. Ladies and gentlemen, and this is also very, very bad character of us, that we're just delaying the change, the need of change, because the change must happen. Well, most of us are picking the time to change at the worst possible time, when it's already, the feeling that your back is just burning, and you just have to run. That's when we, in most cases, change. I don't know why. Like, why can't we just change sooner? It's, I don't know. It's weird. We have just all this time in the world, but just delaying, waiting or something, for something. I guess it's just because the pain is a motivator, and when there is no pain, there is no motivation. It might relate to that. The next thing. No, this is actually like an addition to this point. And the fact that you're in comfortable situation makes you forget about this whole challenge in the first place. Comfort kills progress. Period. We're living in the times now where we worship comfort, where we put when where we're thinking in some task in terms of how difficult is it gonna be, and we're always looking for putting the least amount of effort for the biggest prize. So least amount of effort as possible, the most amount of reward. But I don't think it works like that. We haven't developed a systems that completely agree with this statement. And so if you want to get something that you want, you have to just commit to it for real. No shortcuts. No shortcuts. There will be obstacles. A lot of obstacles. Most of them are in your mind, within your mind. And this feeling of comfort, man, is just killing us in every single way. We're getting fat, we're getting dumber. All because we just want to feel comfortable. Just discomfort. Poison. What is the other thing that I have? Just basically another addition. That is, don't let the devil be innocent. He is real. that's also all of the bad thoughts that are mostly controlling our brain. If I would do a percentage, that would be 95% of the day of 95% of the thoughts in a day are negative. Seriously. I don't know why. It's weird. And this is all devil. Don't wanting good for us. Not letting us progress, evolve, grow. Because he ain't blind. He ain't blind. That I also need to get closer with God and just spiritually. I am waiting on having a Bible and read it, because I do believe there's a lot of wisdom inside of it, and I can't wait until I'm gonna get it. That's another thing. And what is here? Yeah. It's hard to dial this delusionness or this positive state of mind automatically. You have to constantly remind yourself that. Every single day. It's 0. Every single day, your mind starts at 0. 0 progress, nothing. It's kind of like when you're waking up every single day, and just think of it as your day, right? Think of your day as like a spreaded puzzles, just missing puzzles, right? You have like this stock of puzzles, and you're just trying to like put them together. In the morning, they're all separated, but hopefully by the end of the day, you manage to put them all back in, and it's just like constant. It's just like constant cycle. It's just you're having those puzzles, spreading them in, and then you're putting them back on, spreading them in. It's like this cycle. You have to just build. So like build, crash, and build again. Build, crash, and build again. And this is the only way, to be honest. And that's probably the last thing. The last thing. No, actually, not the last. Almost the last. Nothing of this matters without a purpose or direction. As Charlie Kirk said, purpose will give you happiness. And he is 100% true. He is 100% correct. I really do believe that purpose is the most important thing that you have to find. That's the key to a lot of things. It might unlock a version of yourself that you've never thought you would discover. but when you're gonna discover it, whole new life, bro. I haven't discovered it yet. I am on the hunt. I am definitely on the hunt to find it. Still. And last but not least, none of the words, none of the information that I just said today matter until they're backed by action. Even though you've watched this video and learned something new, you have to back it by action. You just have to. Because without it, you're just consuming. Be a producer, not a consumer. You have to act. Act fast. Know that your time is precious and limited, and you can't waste anymore. Okay, so that was the first topic, and the second topic is to rewind and recap my teenage years, the decade. So that was actually funny because when I turned 18, I was having those thoughts about how I'm gonna look like, or how well am I gonna be at 20 or in my 20s. And so I started a little bit preparing for this moment, but once I've hit that number, I got a little scared. Because I just knew I still felt unprepared. I still felt unprepared, and even though all of the preparations that I've tried to do in my for the past, I was preparing for this moment for 2 or 3 years, preparing, just having this in my mind, knowing that one day it will happen, and it happened, and that was the time. If I would say that I spent them good, the beginning of the decade was amazing. I'm gonna tell you that. The first 5 years of my teenage years were amazing. Because there was not so much phone usage. I was outside every day. Good times, man. And then the other half of my teenage years were more rough. I would say they were more rough. Because I felt that I am having more and more responsibility, right? And I'm gonna continue to have even more responsibilities. And so you know, it was just basically getting comfortable with gaining responsibilities. So whatever happened. I give my best. And I do honestly regret some things, but they happened anyway. So I can't turn back the time and just change them, so they just stayed the way they are. They were, and they are. Is there anything else that I want to say? I just really don't want to waste my 20s. Seriously, that's most important decade in our lives, in my opinion. The decade where you're the strongest, the smartest, the toughest. This is the peak decade of everything in every people's lives. Peak. And cannot waste a day. It's not. I even told myself this mission or the motto of my 20s. Basically, it goes like this: the way you care about yourself is the way you care about everything else. Put yourself first. Have to start thinking about what you're eating. What is your phone usage? How are you spending those days? How productive are you spending them? And just start noticing the patterns. Start killing your old teenage version of yourself. You want to leave this behind? Okay, it was a nice decade, but but you're not a teenager no more. I am no teenager no more. So you just have to leave this and kill it and transform into a brand new person. That's the only way. The only way. Alright guys, that was a pretty more longer video than usual. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, have a good night, day, evening, morning, afternoon, at whatever times you guys watching this. And I see you in the next one.